Hi guys, guess where I am? Yep, Black Bear Wilderness. I'm about to take my 7-mile hike and I'm going to bring you guys with me. Yeah, I trimmed my mustache and it looks like crap, but it'll grow. So, I'm at the trailhead now, about to take the walk down, and I'll talk you through where I'm at. So, I'll see you out there. Here we have some elephant ear plants. These things were enormous before the hurricanes a few months ago. And this is all visible from the boardwalk. Still on the boardwalk from the trailhead, and it's always important to have a nice hiking stick. I keep mine right here. Yep, it's about 4 feet tall. It's got a handle carved out here. Otherwise it's pretty sharp along the edge, and I just I use it for stability. And trust me, I need it. So walking along the trailhead, I come to the fork. The only fork you're going to find here, because there's only one trail around, and the right trail is a little more interesting if you're not going to go all the way around. The left trail, a little less interesting. However, it is easier walking. And here's a sign that tells you what's happening here. Hike time 3 to 5 hours. That's very accurate. And someone tied a scarf here. Hopefully they'll get it on their return. So let's take the right trail because it's more interesting. And yeah, see what we can see. The boardwalk only goes down for a little bit. After that, you're on the ground. Step down, yep. And there are roots. And typically snakes don't sit still unless they're sunning after a chilly night. So 99.999 things you're going to see on the ground that look like snakes are roots or sticks. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep your mouth shut, and maybe you'll see some stuff. Well, here's the trail. I'm just barely in. And every time I start talking, the animals stop. And the airplanes, you can hear the airplanes. This is a airplane route, I suppose. But yeah, I tried to get the animals, but they're not talking now. There's a lot of birds, insects, frogs, and if you look on either side, there's usually water on both sides. Not so much this side at the moment because it's pretty dry here. However, there's all kinds of interesting things to see. You know, if you want to just stop and stand for a full minute, nature just kind of closes in around you and you'll start to see and hear things that you probably wouldn't have. Yeah, this is why my hikes take me so long. Because I'm always on the lookout for, you know, animals. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm really ever looking for is animals. So everything else I can see either on YouTube or at the mall. People, I'll talk to the occasional hiker because they're like-minded, like me. So we share similar interests. However, mostly, I mean, I don't go to the mall, I don't hang out there because, well, one thing, I never really have any extra money to spend. No such thing as extra money. And it's just full of people. Entitled people, ignorant people, people I just don't want to be around. So it's just too people-y there, I guess. I mean, they're here as well. However, hikers tend to be a little different. We're here for the solitude. We're here for the nature. We're not here for the what kind of clothes can I buy today thing. Whenever I'm walking, I tend to go a little slow. And I like to look in the water. And if I see rings in the water where the water's been disturbed, I'll stop and check it out. Or observe, at least. Yeah, there's something going on over here. Zoom you in a little bit. I see something making rings and bubbles in there, but can't see what it is. Now it's moved over here. Yeah, if that were otters, you'd know it because they be quiet when they want to, but mostly otters will be otters, so you'll know they're there. If you're quiet and looking anyway. So that's about what I'm going to do, is be quiet and look. Well, there was a squirrel down in there. He got a little camera shy though. And you can hear the birds around me, maybe. You hear a pileated woodpecker off in the distance. You know they're big. Oh, there's the squirrel. See if I can zoom him in. Yep. There's ripples in the water there, so I don't know what's going on. Let's swing around to this side. And there's water on this side as well. I'm going to try and take pictures of every one of those signs that I come across. However, I missed the first one that said quarter mile. Yeah, I see another squirrel up ahead. Seeing all these squirrels kind of leads me to believe the bobcats aren't doing their job. And see, this looks like a well-worn trail here. This could be an animal trail. A game trail, we call it. I think I see one across there, too. Well, here's the trail. But let's go off trail a little bit. See what we can see now. You have to remember, you are in the wild. There could be a rattlesnake right in front of you. Cottonmouth. There could be gators in the water, otters, all kinds of things. So you always have to kind of be prepared for all that. This is why I move slowly and deliberately. And there's just so much interesting stuff going on out here. Fallen tree, palm frond overhanging well, I would say the trail, but it's not really a trail. And look at all these cypress knees. These are, oh, got a spider right there. You probably can't see him. Anyway, all of these spires here, trying to point, yeah, these guys here, they're all cypress knees from the cypress trees. There's the roots growing up, and you can see them lining this waterway. And there are times when you can see owls sitting on these knees. Whoops, bumped into the spider web. Okay, zoom you back out, and let's head back to the trail. Because this looks like it gets a little hairy over here, although this might be a good place for one of my trail cams. But we're gonna traverse this trail here. And yeah, good thing I got my trusty walking stick. That helped me get up that little incline. And here's another interesting area you can go down. I mean, the trail is full of little areas like this. That may have been a cicada, but here's what I'm talking about the roots. Gotta watch out for these guys. Okay, now I know as we get into this area here, you see how the vegetation's all kind of trampled, well, it looks like it's trampled down. I think this is from the hurricanes. When all of that foliage, see that's all of that green in the water there, well, all of this green here, that's water. And that's foliage up on top. And when the hurricanes came, it overflowed all of that stuff. And I think that's what all of that on the ground is. It's just overflowed. But this area here, I know off to the right here, there's a little gator that sits in here. 3 or 4 feet long. He's not very big. I mean, he's enough to ruin your day, but nothing to really, he's not going to attack you unless you go down there and try to bother him. But 9 times out of 10, it's not the gator you see that's going to get you. It's the one you don't see. And just because you don't see them, that does not mean they don't see you. See the water down there as well. Well, guys, I'm hiking along and I'm in an area where there are 2 or 3 gators known to be. However, I look down by the water. There's a good sized turtle sitting right down there. He doesn't look very big because I'm far away. But if I get any closer, he'll jump into the water. So, well, run into the water. Oh, and he just did. Yep. The turtles here are really skittish for some reason. And for any of you that may have seen any of my other videos, especially of late, here's a trail that leads down to the water on the other side. And that there is normally where Gator sits. However, he or she is not there today. I know this area has a big 12-footer, as well as an 8-footer with babies. I don't know where they are. I don't keep tabs on them. But a few weeks ago, I caught some otters trying to molest the babies, and the mama chasing the otters around. So that was interesting. That was a good catch. And you see, I'm looking down into that water there. Okay, this is about how good I see it from here. You know, the cameras always distort distances. Oh, there's a gator. See him? It's right there, moving towards us. That's not the little one I normally see. That's a different one. Zoom it in a bit. Well, that's it. Yeah, you can see his head poking out. See his head sticking out right there. And unless they're guarding babies, they're not going to stick around if you get to the edge of the water. Fortunately for us, alligators, in the wild especially, well, okay, only in the wild, they're used to hunting their prey when they get big enough to hunt land animals, pigs and deer and dogs and cats and coyotes and things like that. All of these things walk on 4 legs. So when a human comes over, standing on 2 legs, kind of freaks them out a little bit. So they're a little hesitant. They're not sure if they see us as food or not. So yeah, we have a slight advantage there. However, gators that are used to people, you might be on the menu. So it's always good to give them a healthy, respectful distance. And then look at all these roots here. They will trip you. But you know, after a while, and for me it's been a couple of years, you know, you scan the area once and you walk, and mostly without having to look, your feet know where to go. I think this is how the animals do it as well. Man, there's so many lizards on this trail. Florida anoles, and just, I don't know what kind of lizards they are. But there are just tons of them out here. They're too small really to show up on the camera. And by the time you get close enough to get their picture, they're gone. And I can tell I'm getting close to the river because I can hear the power boats and the jet skis, which this year seems to be a lot worse than in other years. Now I hear a gator out off to my right. Sounds like the mama gator. Yeah, did you hear that? Sound like a frog? Not a frog. So I'm proceeding here with caution. You hear that? You know, I'm almost willing to say this right here is a gator slide for a few reasons. One, you see the vegetation on the left and nothing on the right, and you can almost see the trail coming up and across and going back down. I hear that gator. And you know what that actually tells me is do not go in there. Mostly. Yep, you hear it? A couple of them. Hear the breeze picking up. The breeze is awesome when it's hot out here, man. I tell you what. I'm not sure if this is just a washout or if this might be a game trail as well. Here's the other side. Alright, here come some hikers, so I'll catch you in a minute. Just walking along this boardwalk, I happen to look down. I stop and I look, and who do I see? See that gator? Sitting among these beautiful purple flowers. You know, animals are not the only thing of interest out here on the trail. I mean, look at this foliage. I have no idea what these things are, but they're cool. They were cut down by the hurricanes a few months ago, and I'm but I'm on another boardwalk. This boardwalk will take me straight to the St.Johns River, which is not a bad thing. And if you look down, there's water down there. And as we know, water means life. So, and there's not always water down there. For some reason, the St. Johns' water level's pretty high. So, I don't know why. Must have been a lot of rain upstream. Something in that tree there. Just moved the tree. I don't know what it was. I had to guess, I'd say squirrel. Although I didn't hear it, so it could have been a bird. Owl, maybe. Nope, I hear it. It's a squirrel. Yeah, I don't know what these are. If anybody knows what kind of plants these are, please let me know. They're about, I'm going to say 7 feet off the ground. Because I'm up on a boardwalk. And they're on both sides. My camera's not zoomed in. This is, I mean, they're actually just this close to the boardwalk. I could reach out and touch them if I wanted. And on the boardwalks, there's a fair amount of open area where you can see the sun if it's sunny. Which, it's overcast today, as you can tell. There's some blue sky, but hiding the sun pretty well, which I am thankful today. It's still warm. I'm going to guess maybe 88 degrees out. Maybe 85. But it's a good day for a hike. Here's a sign telling you about the cypress swamp. And I'm looking down in the marsh and I'm seeing the feather to a hawk. Hawk feather. So they're out here. I've seen them. Lots of them. We've probably heard them, although I don't really know what they sound like. I'm not a bird guy. But this is one of the places I will sit here for a few minutes and just look on either side. Bouncing around like a tourist on a boat ride. So I've made it a mile, and here is the beautiful, if not noisy, St. Johns River. You can see the boats and the jet skis out there. You can see how turbulent the water is today. It's not overly windy, so I'm going to have to assume it's from the wake of the boats and the jet skis. Lots of lily pads down there. And there are a few of these boardwalks that run along the St. Johns River just like this. We are 1 mile in. And yeah, except for the boats. Good morning.
Good morning.
Except for the boats, it's you know, it's a pretty chill place. I suppose they put this screening up because they probably had people jumping in the water. Because, well, people are people, and yeah, there's trash laying around. You know, they wouldn't do that in their home. Why would they do it here? Nitwits, I guess. Knuckleheads. But we are 1 mile in, 6 more miles to go. That is always why I like to say be quiet, because you just never know what's around you. That guy way over there. Oh, and this lizard just fell from the tree. That's a Florida anole. There are lots and lots of those here. I wonder if the squirrels eat them. Well, I might have to ask a squirrel specialist about that, because I know they can catch them. Crazy ass squirrels. Oh, there was that bird flying, the one that we just saw. There's water on the right side. And let me get higher up on the trail here. There's a little canal there, and then you'll see the barrier, what I call the barrier island, and then farther out is the St. Johns River. So I mean, if we're gonna see stuff, action, nature in action, this is probably where it's gonna be. Although, judging from the slime in this canal, the water doesn't move here as much as it should. It's just natural algae buildup, or as the people in the UK would call it, algae. Which is kind of weird, because there's an inlet right here. There's a sign there, probably to the boaters. And this 7-mile walk around, I mean, you don't have to do the whole thing. You can go in for a little bit and then head back. But where's the fun in that? You just going back over a place you've already been. Granted, if you go at it from a different direction, you'll see different things. This is true. You can quote me on that. And it's always recommended to eat a decent meal before you come out here, because it could be 5 hours before you get your next meal, unless you bring something like a power bar or something. I do tend to bring water with me. Every now and then I might have a Gatorade, but mostly just water, because as a kid growing up in New York in the woods, yeah, when I say I grew up in New York, it wasn't in the city. It was on Long Island, in woods you can go out and get lost in. Woods, if I didn't want to be found, you wouldn't find me. And I would be out all day with nothing. You know, if I needed to, I would jump in the lake to cool off. Lake water was spring fed, so as a kid, sure, I would drink it. Not sure I would now. And here's a sign. We're 1.25 miles in. I missed all the other signs just showing you guys around, which I don't mind. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say, well, we're 15 miles in now. I wouldn't do that. Nope. I hear another gator off to my left. 9 out of 10 times, if you hear them, you won't see them. Morning. And here's a place. I used to think it would be a great thing to set my camera up along the bank here, pointed at that log across the river to see what animals are crossing the log. But, well, I'm gonna tell you, there's so many of those logs here across the canals that, you know, it's just too many options. Oh, and look at this, what's left of this tree. Man, these woodpeckers decimated this thing. Yeah, I hear a gator out here. I hear 2 of them. 3 of them. Probably mamas with babies. Oh, just heard that woodpecker out there again. Almost need a parabolic microphone to pick up all these sounds. Coming up to another walkway that borders the St.Johns, and look at this egret. It's just chilling. I've got it zoomed in all the way, and there he goes. And off in the distance, there's a boat coming. Well, there's a jet ski coming too. So, now you guys are a lot more knowledgeable than I am. There's something here. Looks white in the video, but it's actually pink. Someone once told me it's apple snail eggs on a tree or something just above the water line. I see them a few times, but I don't know what they are. I still hear gators off to my left. Oh, sorry, I forgot I was still zoomed in. Or zoomed out. Zoomed in, yeah. Look at that turtle. Oh, he just jumped in. I'm telling you, man, these turtles are so skittish. And I don't know why. I Guess I don't blame them, because when they're young, you know, birds will eat them. So I guess they just never grow out of that. Zoom you back out so you can see the trail. Coming off the boardwalk back onto the trail. Here's another boardwalk. There's a lizard there. This place, you know, if it wasn't for the power boats, and you can hear the jets flying by overhead sometimes, and the damn jet skis. I'm not saying these guys with money can't have fun. What I'm saying is, do you have to have so much fun right near a preserve? That's just me talking though. Alright, so here's the trail. I'm coming up on an area here where, well, there's a lot of roots. A couple of trees you got to go through if you want to stay on the trail, which I definitely recommend doing. Yeah, it's a tight squeeze sometimes, but relatively speaking. And yeah, I have faith in you though. If you wanted to come out and get it done, you could get it done. Not sure if you guys can see that waterway through there. It's amazing how much the camera misses. I mean, sometimes it'll catch things that you don't. However, there's a lot that the camera doesn't see. Like that squirrel right down there. You might see it. Oop, he just jumped. You know, with all this racket that these boats are making, it's just amazing there's any wildlife out here. Alright guys, ignore the power boats in the background and just look at how interesting this trail is. I got a canal over to my right with a little barrier island, I call it, and then the St.Johns River beyond that. And if you go this way, there's another body of water there. Doesn't move around a lot, but I'm sure there's animals in it. But I mean, look how cool this is. So I'm trying to sneak up on a little alligator. There he is, you see him? Yeah, that's him in all his glory. He's probably 18 inches long. I've seen him here, well, I've seen one here last week, sitting there with his mouth open. So I'm hiking along the trail and I see there's a little baby gator. I'll try and zoom it in. Well, not zoom it in, but focus it. And he's right there. And that one's about 2 foot. There's a smaller one over here. Oh, he just jumped in the water. Dang it. But he was there. Hiking along in the Black Bear Wilderness area, and off to my left, there's just a sea of vegetation. I don't know what kind of plants those are. They've got little white flowers on them. See a spider hanging there, but you can't see it on the camera. And look at the trail. Look at this trail. Doesn't look like it's very imposing on the camera. However, I like to stay kind of high when I'm on the trail like this. Look at that lizard right there. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. Here's looking back from the way I just came. This tree is pretty cool. But look at this. Look at this. And there's no power boats going by. I mean, can you honestly do any better than this? There's a turtle. There's a turtle right there. See if I can zoom in on him. Nope, he just left. He was sitting right there in the water. In fact, you see all those bubbles coming up by that plant there? He's under the water right there. But look at this. Isn't this awesome? I mean, yes, this is me. This is totally me. I feel like I'm in my element. Off to the left, I hear a bunch of gators out there. Some of them pretty loud, which probably means they're pretty close. But this is just amazing. Look at that turtle sitting there on that log. Where's he at? There he is. There's one there, and one on top and one on the bottom. Oh, you hear that gator? This is so awesome. Another turtle on a log here. Don't think you'll be able to see him though before he jumps off. Yep, there he is, right there. I'm actually pretty close. I literally just passed the 2-mile marker in the Black Bear Wilderness area. Did you hear that? That was pretty close. That is not a bullfrog. If you hear that, don't go looking for frog's legs. I mean, how cool is this? All the shade, all the gators, all the water. At the moment, there's no power boats, so that is freaking awesome. There's the water. There's the mighty St.Johns River. Flows all the way up. Yeah, it flows up into Jacksonville. A lot of rivers don't flow up. St. John's does, because, well, you know, Florida has to be different. I hear the gators, but I'm not even going to bother to look because you won't see them. They don't make noise when they're in sight for some reason. I got you guys pointed straight ahead, but I'm actually looking down at the water. This is so great. Yeah, well, there's a boat coming by, so you knew that wasn't going to last forever. And there he is. He's having fun. Look at the wake. I don't understand why he's in such a hurry on such a beautiful day. But this is why this water stays so murky. See the waves rolling in? Laps up on the shore, stirs up all that muck, and that's why. Yeah, the powerboat passed by. The wake is gone. And I'm not sure what those guys are on this tree. On the cedar tree, or is this a cypress? Not sure. But there's a bunch of them. And this is probably one of my favorite places in the park. One of my favorite views, at least. Because as the boardwalk jogs around, it gives you a really nice view here. And I know you've seen this view before. I really like it. Alright guys, I'm coming up on a place where I think, I gotta watch these roots, where I think I've got a trail camera set up. Well, now this does look like it. Let's go in and see if I can find it. Oh, that's exactly why I have this, my walking stick. Chop down them spider webs before I walk into them face first. Woo! Alright, now let's see if I can find it. And yep, there she is. There it is. All its glory. Well, let's take it down, see what I got. Hey guys, yeah, I'm about 2¼ miles in. Picked up my trail cam, and I got some deer and some pigs on it. I'm gonna stop and look at it when I get to the rest area. That's like 3¼ miles. However, I'm in an area right now that's very gator friendly. Let me switch this around. Nope. It's not doing it. Okay, I'm not able to switch it. Don't know what that is. So, not able to switch it. So, hang on. Let me restart this video. Okay, restarted the video. And this area is very gator friendly, I'm going to say, because look at the swampland. Look at the track that was made in the water. And if you can look across the water there, there's some bare areas there that it looks like alligators may have, oh, I just heard one. Alligators may have been sitting up there, and I'm sure they sit on the near bank as well. So, you know, you gotta have a sharp eye peeled for that. Not to mention all these roots that won't trying to kill you, and just, you know, kind of stuff here that you have to watch out for. See, now here's a place like right here. That's an easy place for a gator to come up. So you got to watch out for that. Mostly, I think they're afraid of people, as I had mentioned earlier. But you just never know. So I'm at boardwalk number 8. And this place is, it's awesome. I love it. You know, when I get up in the morning, it's like I don't want to get out of bed. But when I get out here, it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, that little dragonfly. Just landed on the boardwalk there. This is a place that I just like to be. Aside from the power boats, it's quiet, secluded, which means not many people, and yeah, that is definitely to my liking. I just heard something in the water over there. I don't see anything, but I did hear something. There's a lot of wild hogs around here, as the natives call them. I call them pigs. Piglets are so cute. Haven't seen any today though, but I will keep you posted. All right, guys, I'm walking along and I saw this bug. Don't know if he's still alive or not, but yep, he's alive. He just twitched when I got close to him. Check this dude out. Whoa! He just took off. Hey guys, I just left the campsite. Well, they call it a campsite. I should have took some video there. 3¼ miles. I'm almost halfway around. This is the trail. The water has gotten very close to the trail here. Of course, it's always like that here. There's so much gator activity right here. I mean, you hardly ever see them, but you almost always hear them. Grunting and bellowing. The wind's picking up. There's a little bit of thunder off in the distance. But in Florida, a lot of times that doesn't mean anything. There's some purple flowers that I always think are so cool. I'll try and get a better picture of them later. Well, if I can. You know, if I can get a little closer to them. Oh, here you go. Yep, that's them. So, we shall continue our walk. I've collected one trail cam, as you saw. I got some pigs and deer on it, which you will see in another video. I'm on my way all the way around now. Just heard a sound, I don't know what that was. Well, something dug up some eggs here. Turtle eggs, maybe? That is interesting. These are eggshells. Because eggs out in the wild aren't like chicken eggs. They're leathery. That bird over there. But yeah, this is very curious. Looks like only 1 or 2 eggs. And they're pretty big, so I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, we'll continue our walk. And see what we can see. Okay guys, my second velvet ant. This thing is probably an inch long. Oh, lost it. Here it is. It's actually not an ant at all. What it is, it's a wingless wasp. And don't try to pick them up because they're also called cow killer. Yeah, the pain is bad. Okay guys, I'm 4 miles into the Blackberry Wilderness area. 3 to go. I hear lots of gators. There's more water than normal on my left. My right, it's about the same. But I hear a lot of gators grunting. Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep going and see what I can see. Here's a fire ant mound. Let me zoom that in for you because I don't want to get close to these guys. I don't know if there's anybody home. Nope. Oh yeah, look at them. They don't like to be disturbed. And if they get on you, you will know it. So if you see a mound, stay away from it, or at least don't bother it. I gotta check my walking stick here. I don't see any on there, so I think I'm okay. So all it takes is one to walk up that stick. Give you a little sting. Yep, there's another one. People keep bothering them. I only did it for you guys. Zoom back out so we can see stuff. Seeing lots of lizards running around. I heard some thunder off in the distance. And even though it doesn't really feel like rain, I'm welcoming the breeze. See, now this is weird because there's the place where the water would be. However, there is none. And I think this is all from wild boar. The way it's all trampled down like that and torn up. Walk over these roots here. So yep, 3 more miles to go. We're getting there. So walking along the trail, there's an alternate trail there. It's not a separate place that takes you, separate trail that takes you to another place. It's just doesn't go as close to the water here. See, it intersects right here, and there it is. Not sure why there are two. Guess people like to go up high and some people like to go up low. I don't know. Okay guys, so I'm walking along, and you know, this place right here is usually pretty good to see a snake. For some reason it's a high spot, it's near under some trees. I don't believe I've seen this particular water snake here before though. Yeah, he seems friendly enough, and it's starting to rain. Well, as you can hear and possibly see, it's raining. However, I'm collecting my other trail cam. Yeah, there we are. In the Blackberry Wilderness area. Well, it's raining at the Blackberry Wilderness area. Yep, it sure does. And yeah. Everything's wet, including me. Woo! Yep, I am wet. So, 2 more miles to go, and I guess I gotta swim. I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay guys, the rain is letting up. It's really muddy, and I still have about 2 miles to go, but it's 2 easy miles. I'm glad I didn't go the other direction this time, because look at this trail. You could drive, I could take my Buick through here. That's an idea. So yep, it's easy walking from here to the parking lot. So I guess that's a plus. I just gotta set my other 2 trail cams, and well, set my 2 trail cams on my way to the parking lot. Well, this way, if they're closer to the trailhead, I don't have to walk all the way around to get them. Although I do like having them out farther into the wilderness rather than, you know, closer to the homes and the civilization. So yep, anyway, it's muddy, it's hazardous, it's wet, whoa, and I'm gonna watch where I'm stepping. So you guys, I will catch you at the trailhead. Okay, well, my phone doesn't want to turn off, and here's my... I got water on the screen, so it's not letting me do it. Well, I'm still walking the trail. It's actually kind of stopped raining and still muddy, but it's not bad out. But I wanted to share this with you. Spider webs. You see this one here? That one there? This one here? One over there? They catch the water and hold the water. And I just thought it was pretty cool. You know, if it's humid or raining, or, you know, in the morning when the dew is setting out, it sets out on the spider webs. And it's easier to find them if you're looking for them. I don't know why you would, but FYI. Okay guys, I just passed the 6-mile marker, so I've only got about another mile to go. The rain, you can still hear it coming down a little, but when I saw the lightning and heard the thunder, I got just a bit concerned. So yeah, so it's now a mile race to the car to see if I can get there before the lightning gets me. I'm not sure who's gonna win this one. But yeah man, just stay with me. And yeah, this is easy walking, man. This is the best part of the trail here. I mean, it's least interesting as far as, you know, you don't see any gators or pigs or anything like that. Although this is the area I've seen bears in on my trail cam. So, I mean, they're here. I just don't see them. You know, I don't lay eyes on them, let's put it that way. That's where the water is. Got a bunch of vegetation on there though. I'm not sure if there's any water in there. And this side rarely has any water in it at this part of the trail. But I hear the frogs croaking again, so I think more rain is coming. You know, you can take it from me, being out here, when you hear the birds, yeah, might be a little bit of rain, but it'll be okay. When you hear the frogs, yeah, pull out the umbrella. So, yep. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so here I am walking along, and I stopped to get this 6¼ mile sign. And as soon as I stopped, man, the mosquitoes were on me. I guess as long as you're moving, you're good. Otherwise, you're going to be mosquito food. There's a little offshoot there. This part of the trail actually is pretty close to some neighborhoods. If you go down that trail there and kind of winds around through a little swampy area, and there's another trail there that leads into a neighborhood. I've actually got some bear footage, my first bear footage out there. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, that's pretty cool. I got a picture of a bear rounding a corner there and scratching himself on a tree, scratching his back, you know, standing up. And then I put a line where the top of the bear's head was. And then I showed me walking around to check the camera. That bear was 2 feet taller than me easy. Of course, that ain't saying much. But yeah, look at this tree stump. I don't know what's been at it. Probably the birds. Pigs maybe. Mostly birds, I would say. And we're coming up to the last walkway on Black Bear Wilderness. Number 14, with less than a mile to go. When I tell you this part of the trail is close to a neighborhood, you know, I don't want you to think I'm exaggerating. We're close to a couple of neighborhoods anyway. So if you guys come out to the Black Bear Wilderness, decide to do your hiking out here, I mean, it's pretty obvious not to take your horse out here. So yeah. Yep, here's a walkway going over some water here. I think the water moves. You know, it kind of flows. It's a pretty picture right there. So yeah, all of the debris from the hurricanes is still kind of down there from it flowing this direction. And if you look, you see some houses over there. So yeah, when I say it's close to a neighborhood, yeah, it's close. There's the house. Yep, so alright, let me keep going. Trail's gonna get a little bit rough here, so I gotta pay attention. Well, it's raining again. Raining pretty good. Here's what I tell you, I gotta keep an eye on what I'm doing. Actually, you can't see it in the camera. However, this trail, see how it goes up? And it's all muddy and it goes up. Yeah, you really got to pay attention on this trail when you're hiking it, even in the best of conditions. Because look at these roots, every single one of them trying to trip you up. And here we are, 6½ miles. So, the last interesting little feature here is this little bridge. It's just a footbridge across this waterway, which I think the end I'm standing on is very much lower than when I first started. And I have stuck my GoPro in there and, well, got some guppies. That's about it. But a ½ mile to the car, so I'm on my way. Well, here's the last one. It's the last one we're gonna see. When we actually get to the trailhead, I will, yeah, I'll just keep you going. A little more than a quarter of a mile. Can't take that long. Here's another wash. You know, the water kind of washes through when it gets really high. And right through there, there's like a little land bridge. I mean, you wouldn't really know it unless you've been in there or looked at it from the top, you know, Google Earth. And I've gotten some pretty good footage out of there as well. So when animal times are lean, I will set up in there and get something. This part of the trail isn't so bad. You know, I've seen a couple of little toads hopping across the trail. Little tiny ones. And a little leopard frog took this trail. He was just over an inch long, and he took this trail in like 3 hops. Went right across. But you can see how dark it is. So I'm thinking we're probably going to be in for more rain. Yeah, I heard a rustling over here. Must have been a squirrel who was on the ground. Get to walk between the trees. Oh, there's another squirrel over there. I guess they come out because, you know, there's not a lot of people in here now. Let's see if we can get him. Yep, there he is. Well, that's his tail anyway. There he is. Yeah, we see you. With your squirrely self. There he is. Hey, say hello. Don't be rude. Alright, well, squirrels, you know. That's why they're rodents, I guess. Big old tree root. And around this little bend, and we should see, yes, there it is. The boardwalk that'll take us back to the trailhead. Remember at the beginning of the trail, when we came to this fork and we took the right? Well, here we are coming up on the left, and whoever tied this scarf here didn't come back for it. Wonder if they're still in the park. Interesting. Anyway, that's really all there is to the Black Bear Wilderness area. If you ever want to come out and see it in all its glory, this is it's a great place to come just to unwind, get in touch with your, you know, the part of you that you may have lost during the work week. Or you can come out here if you've never been a nature person and maybe find a new side of yourself. When it was raining, I was thinking about these elephant ear plants. I bet you it's nice and dry into them guys. But I spent most of my rain time standing under a palm frond. I stayed relatively dry. This boardwalk, I don't want to say it's plastic. It might be like engineered wood or something. But it's slippery when it's wet. So you can't really take it fast. Well, unless you like to slide. Especially in my worn out shoes. I got no grip on the bottom. No gripe at all. Oh, slipped just then. Coming up to a dried up stream here. This stream had water in it for a long time. Now it's, well, I mean, sometimes it still has water in it. There's an animal trail right along next to it. I've seen bear tracks in there. So you can tell we're getting closer to the parking lot because the boardwalk is giving way to a cement walkway. Whew. Man, that was slippery. It was a little better. There's the parking lot. Yeah. It's empty. Gee, what a surprise. I saw two couples. I'm sorry, one couple come in while I was standing underneath that palm frond. Two girls didn't seem upset at all by the rain. Back to the beginning. Yep. Welcome to the Black Bear Wilderness area in all its reflection. Oh, and you do need a camping permit. Someone asked me about that and I wasn't sure. Huh. Cool. All right, here's the Buick. So I'm gonna say this is regular guy saying, hey, I'll see you later.